This is Wes S. Sorry about the lighting in here. The clouds come in, the sun went down. Sorry about the eye contact, but I actually got something I got to say. Alright, I don't usually do vids of me reading, but I want to be more exacting with this one. First off, this is a shout out to the Wooded Beardsman and the One Wildcrafter, aka Chris. That's Chris and Jeremy on the Wooded Beardsman's channel. They're doing the Beyond Survival, the Wilderness Living Challenge. It's a really good series. If you're not watching it, you need to go over to their channel and check it out. There are links on my page if you see it. It's a really good concept and it's a good series. It's been pretty educational to me, and it's actually quite inspiring. Personally, I learned I do not want to try to survive off the land in Canada. I wrote that because, yeah, I mean, I know what I can eat here. I know what I can't. I know what tastes good and what's good for you, and I'm learning more and more every day. I'd stopped learning until I started watching this challenge, and didn't realize how much I'd forgotten. It has made me revisit things from my past and rekindle my love for trying to pull this kind of stuff off. When I was in my teens all the way up into my early 20s, either me or me and some of my friends, we would literally just go out. We'd park the car, we'd grab our gear, and we would just head into the canyons. We'd stay 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And trial and error, we learned some of the stuff you could eat and some of the stuff you didn't want to eat. But I am no longer the guy who can run and jump and climb and scrounge up a meal, so my rules will be a little bit different than theirs. We were going to go to a local lake. Well, I say local, it's an hour. And because I know one of the guys that owned the back side of the lake, and we could have gone. We'd had access to close to 800 acres and the lake. The only problem is the lake has mercury in it and you can't eat the fish. Didn't know that. Last year I went fishing there 3 times, caught 4 or 5 pounds of fish each time, and yeah, I ate it. But you're only supposed to eat 8 ounces of fish from the lake a month if you're an adult. So that's, because if I caught it, I cooked it and I ate it. I ate fish for lunch, for breakfast, for dinner. I'm not dead, but anyway. I'm going to set aside 5 days for the challenge. That's basically what Chris and Jeremy did. I'm going to weigh in at the beginning. I'm going to weigh at the midpoint. I'm going to weigh at the end. I will not gorge myself before I start. And I don't need to start old body fat up. I got about 40 pounds or better to spare. I'm got another video uploaded right now. When you see me in there when you see my profile, you see I don't need to store none of it. My allowance of consumables will be based off some research that I've been doing into the early to mid 19th century. That's 1800s for all you people don't know that. On frontiersmen and woodsmen. But they didn't carry enough to enjoy a leisurely jaunt in the woods, but carried enough supplies so that they could benefit from their labors, that they could enjoy what they went out there and did. I will carry my fats and my carbs with me because there are things out there that are hard to come by. Fat is what the other animals are fighting for. That's why they eat stuff that doesn't taste good. People don't realize deer eat stuff that would make you and me vomit, and then we turn around and we eat the deer. That's why deer fat doesn't taste very good, but it's there. Rabbits have a really hard time collecting fat because You can run 100 miles an hour all the time. Even when they're sitting still, they're about to explode. Like I said, I'll carry some fat and some carbs with me. Salt pork and flour will be allowed. I'm not going to carry enough salt pork, which isn't bacon. Bacon and salt pork are two different things. They're similar, but they're different. I'm not going to carry enough to where I can just gorge out, eat all the salt pork and biscuits I want. I'm going to carry enough to flavor or prepare the stuff that I find out there, hopefully. Because in theory, I mean, in 1820, you're not going to find a guy that said, hey, you know what, I'm going to go out in the woods and I'm just going to live out there for 5 days. If he didn't have a reason to be out there, he wasn't going to go. So, most guys out there, I know that try this survival stuff, they couldn't, I don't know that they could do a week off their back in the bushes. I'm wondering if I still can. I don't know that I can do this. If I tap out, y'all see it on YouTube. But if I get to a point where I need to tap out, I'm going to. The reason I'm doing the salt pork and the flour is because I'm still researching, because I'm not gonna try this till the spring. But salt pork and flour are going to be there because that's what these guys bought before they went. Even the guys that left from their homestead to do this or whatever, if you read their journals, then you find out that when they were getting ready to leave, they would get the salt pork or tallow or lard that they had rendered themselves, and they'd carry it with them. And I may carry lard with me also. My grandson wants to do this with me, and I am not going to make him suffer. I mean, there's no way. We're going to go out there, we're going to have some fun, but we're going to see if we can pull this off. See, if I can spend 5 days out there, personally, if I go out there for 5 days and drop 20 pounds, I'm going to be happy. My wife's going to be happy. My britches aren't, because I'll have to buy some new ones. But that's what I'm going for. And honestly, I mean, that's one thing that amazes me. It's already 7 minutes long. That's one of the things that amazes me. When you start looking at these lists and stuff, it's like, I need 5 pounds of salt pork and 10 pounds of flour. And you're like, wow. I mean, salt, or, bacon and flour, bacon and flour, bacon and flour. You're going to go out there for a month and you're going to eat bacon and you're going to eat flour. But no, if you think about it, I mean, you catch a rabbit in a snare, have rabbits, you can grill it and it actually tastes pretty good. But when I catch a rabbit or hunt a rabbit, I actually coat it with grease to cook it because it makes it better. I have been known, after it's starting to sizzle a little on the outside, to actually take a stick of bacon and rub it and then let it set off the side of the fire and let that butter, let that butter soak into it and then finish cooking because it tastes better. But anyway, that's about what I had. I didn't stick to my script, but really appreciate what Chris and Jeremy are doing out there. And check out Jeremy. Jeremy, you need to put some more videos up, dude. I like what you got up there, but I mean, you can't watch them if you ain't putting any more up. And I know other people have a life and they can't put videos up all the time. But the stuff you got up there is good to know. Y'all keep up the good work. Be patient with me. If everything works out, maybe midsummer, a thoughtful, considered individual with me will probably put out 5 videos. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And it'll just be little highlight reels and stuff, and then the weigh-ins. And because fairly sure y'all don't want to watch me and my grandson paddle around in a canoe in circles. So, anyways, wish me luck. Y'all keep up the good work. Alright? Be blessed. The video sucked. It's too late. You already watched it. That's my catchphrase. I really like that. I'll laugh every time I see it at the end of the video. So.